Hello there. My name is Christy Verardi. I am your instructor for ECD 83. I'm going to go ahead and go right into the PowerPoint, so I'm going to stop sharing my face here, but I just wanted to say hello first before I did that. Okay. Well, for this webinar, we will be going over the general content of this course, the method of dissemination for that material, and my expectations for the quality of your work within this class. Each session will have its own pre-recorded Zoom PowerPoint where I will go over the assignments due, the reading, videos, and anything else needed to complete that session's work. Excuse me here. Pictured here are your textbook and the entrance to our course on the dashboard of your Canvas account, which is the course with the woman reading a book to children at the bottom left on your screen. I'm sure you already found that. That's why you're watching this PowerPoint. You're going to want to click on that picture to enter the course. If this is your first time using Canvas, I will try and help you as much as I can. There is also a help desk that can answer more technical questions. Those of you that are pros and have taken online classes before, please be patient if I seem rudimentary at times. Besides Canvas and your textbook, we will be using Early EdU videos, YouTube, and Canopy, which is a film site through our college library, some handouts, and some different websites. Most of the work produced for this class will be done by you and a partner or a small group. Considering that this class focuses on improving your ability to work with other adults, I felt it was important for you to practice working with others each week. I will share more about that a little bit later. Within Canvas, I have set the course up as modules, one for each session. Different instructors do it different ways. Within each module, there will be a link to that week's mini lecture, articles to read, and other information pertinent to the session. The syllabus, the class layout, expectation page, and the time requirement for courses are in a separate module titled Start Here. You will want to read these pages before moving on to any of the assignments. Of high importance in this Start Here module is a paper on my expectations for your online work. It includes what I am looking for in an original post and a reply post within the discussion board. Do not write your first posts before you read this paper. You will be working with a small group on an assignment as well as your pair summary partners. Communication in both of these instances should start within the inbox feature of Canvas. Then you as a group or duo can decide from then on how to contact each other moving forward. I have set you up in pairs, but not in your small groups yet. That will come later on in the semester. Within Canvas, as I said, I have set up those modules. The discussion board is in the module. Here, it's opened. Once you open it, it goes straight to this so that you can see that. The discussion board will have that week's current discussions. I'm going to pin them at the top, and you should be able to see them at the top. Each week there will be one original that has 3 replies that are required. That is the main discussion for that week. There are also some other discussions that don't need replies, but I will visit the discussion area in Canvas Live later on in this week's lecture, and I'm about to get more detailed into the discussion points in just a moment. So your assignments for the semester are clearly laid out in the class layout. Please read that carefully. I have an area that shows when it's assigned and when it's due. If you have any questions about what is due when, please contact me through the Canvas inbox, or you can call me on the evenings or the weekends at my cell number, which is 925-330-8277. Now, most other instructors think I'm nuts handing out my personal cell phone number, but I have been doing that for years. That's what I learned from my own mentor as a teacher. Um, and I trust you guys not to take advantage of that. I ask that you call me in the evenings and on weekends only. And when you're calling on the weekend, do so at a reasonable hour. I had a student once, many years ago, call me up at 5 in the morning on a Saturday, but that's never happened again. So I trust you not to do that as well. You have a general description of the assignments that are due, but you will receive a more in-depth description the week that that assignment is assigned. The required work for this course will add up to 400 possible points. I've listed the required assignments over the next 2 pages. The required assignments are discussion boards, and like I said, I'll go live and show you how to do that if you haven't done that before. There you will leave an original post and a reply. There are 2 different kinds of discussion boards each week. One will be worth 10 points and may include other reading or film viewing to complete it. You will also be required to reply to 3 of your classmates' posts in that discussion board. And each reply is worth a point. So the main piece is worth 7, and each reply is worth 3 points, equaling the 10 points. In order to receive a point for your response or your reply, you must refer to something specific from their post and add new information. The phrase, "Oh, I liked your post, thanks for sharing," and that's your answer, that is not going to receive any points for you. Please look at the expectations page where I have an original and a reply example. Your original posts and replies make up the main part of your grade. Each week, there's also 2 smaller posts that are worth 5 points each. These discussion boards will not require you to post a response to classmates, but you may if you would like to. The rest of your assignments are as follows. You will complete 2 environmental rating scale items and an accompanying paper on using Ecker's tool during staff evaluations. A teacher evaluation, you're going to be watching video clips and using your imagination to put together this teacher. It could be a real person that you know, that you work with. You could make them up, or you could use the video clips. There will be 3 quizzes, 6 summary papers, 1 group paper or presentation, and 2 reflective papers dealing with that presentation. One on the experience with your group and another on the overall summary of what you've learned from everybody's presentations. And then there will be 1 final, which can be live like a game show or written, your choice. And I will go more into that in a little later. There will be 3 quizzes within this course, as I mentioned, and I will not have them timed. Obviously, they will be open book. The information in them will be taken from Canvas and will cover information within the chapters, any films, discussion boards, or articles that were assigned during that period of time. Now again with the final will be administered 2 separate ways, and you can choose to do one or the other. You're not doing both. You can join me for a live final on Zoom where it'll be more like a game show, or you can take the written version that will be due the day before the live version happens. Again, it's your choice. If you choose to attend the live version, you will receive an email link to Zoom, and I will also place it within an announcement, but you may need to copy and paste that into your browser. Okay, and so what we have here is our textbooks. I want to get back to that for a moment. The blue version is the current 3rd edition. If you want to use the purple 2nd edition, I will allow you to use that, but either way, you will need to purchase the textbook. I will pull some things from your reading for the quiz, but may not go over them in class, and you will want to have a reference for that information. The original or first edition is too old and should not be used for this course. Um, Also, this course is different than most I teach in that I do not go over the textbook heavily in my lecture. I do that in principles and practices and other courses. But at this point in your career, you are becoming leaders, and as a responsible professional, you will be required to gain the needed information about this course and act so that you're ready to take your quizzes and your final and do the paperwork on your own. Okay, I'm going to wrap this first part up. I will go into more detail about assignments due specifically this week. I'm going to share a video that I will be putting in the module with you so that you know what you're going to be watching. And I'm going to take you on a tour of Canvas during that next session. So remember to watch both parts. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing here and end for today, okay, or end this first part. Make sure you watch part B as well. Thanks, and goodbye.